Hey, Soul Circle. I am so glad to see each and every one of you. Every one of you in my Soul Circle family. How was your day today? Okay. All right. So I hope it was good. My day was good today. Thank you for joining me, your girl, the host, Desiree Marcano, for That's My Song on www.lifeenhancementradio.com. And again, like I always remind my family and everybody, thank you for taking time out to share with me for this particular hour. But you can catch any of the past shows from current hosts, current shows, past hosts. You can really just broaden your horizons in terms of different perspectives, various and diverse perspectives. That's what Life Enhancement Radio is all about. There's so many different perspectives. I mean, there's a fight perspective, right? Somebody who's really into boxing, and that's the Sunday Fight Hour. And so it goes from there into, how you are on your spiritual journey, your spiritual walk. There's expertise about child abuse. There's just so many different things. Then just things where you just sit back and shoot the breeze. And that's the past shows of Sister Girl Sessions, right? There's a show about being a vegan. Like, who does that? We do. LifeEnhancementRadio.com does that. And you can get a part of that. So please, while you check out this podcast, please check out the past ones. But this particular podcast, I'm so excited. Not only do I talk about songs and so forth, I talk about just all sorts of art and so forth. And this one is about a movie. Girls Trip. I could not let that go by without talking about Girls Trip. And that's what this particular podcast is about. It's about Girls Trip and it's squad goals, right? So I have squad goals. I have a squad. And as you get older, the squad is different. It takes on a different shape. It serves a different purpose in your life. But we're going to talk about all of that. But this is Girls Trip, Squad Goals, and I thank you. Mwah! If you can feel me kiss your cheek, I so appreciate you, relaxing, and taking some time out of your busy day to, talk about that. And this is, of course, it's for the ladies, right? It's for the sisters. I'm just going to put that out there like that. But I think it will shed some light. It'll definitely shed some light for all of the brothers out there. So, definitely give this a listen. But this is Girls Trip, Squad Goals. And here we go with a nice snippet from Girls Trip. Yeah.
Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this day of life. My heart is so full of joy for these women right here. Lord, please make sure that Lisa don't get an STD and that nobody has kidney failure because we finna get messed up and let me get pregnant by somebody rich. That's all I ask. Amen.
We haven't hung in 5 years. I miss you guys. We need a girls' trip.
That's my car.
Not anymore, baby.
What if I just whip out my titties, Okay, a titty.
I'll take a titty for a bike ride.
You sure you want to get turned this weekend with your girls?
I say this out of love.
Preach, girl.
If you are going to come along with us, please refrain from saying things like preach or go girl or any other colloquialisms that you may have looked up on Urban Dictionary.
Girl, bye.
That's my girl.
This weekend is about us. We deserve this. So let's go.
Yeah.
I have to pee.
Look, the line is short over there. There's a long line in the bathroom here. Just go for it.
Stop taking that picture!
How much did she drink? Hell no. I've known about this for a few months now, but that's in the past.
This picture was taken last night.
We need to talk.
There ain't nothing you need to say to her that you can't say in front of us.
Take my stun gun. Just tag him in the balls.
Today is the last day that we will ever be this young.
I have not had this much fun in so long.
Wait.
I got what you need right here. This is 200-year-old abstinence. If you drink too much of it, it's gonna have you hallucinate.
Do y'all feel funny? Feel me, y'all feel me.
You coming to get me, God?
You put something in them drinks, didn't you?
You know I got some bomb-ass kush if you want to take a hit.
Where did you hide?
Where the sun don't shine.
You know what? It can cause a lot of infection.
Girl, you can't get no infection in your booty hole. It's a booty hole.
It's the booty hole. I nearly lost all sorts of composure on that part. It's the booty hole. And so that brings me back to Girls. You know, we're going to start with, of course, Girls Trip, the movie. And then just about different squad goals. It's okay to celebrate your squad. Be that 2 people, 4 people, 6 people, whatever your squad is, right? You know, celebrate the sisterhood. That is so important, for yourself as well as your significant other, be that man or woman. Everybody should celebrate, you know, your support system, and your girls are that crew that gives, support. So make sure they are celebrated. And if it's not, if the crew that's around you is not in alignment with who you are, it's time to repaint your squad. Like my squad, I love my squad. I've had my squad since I was like 9 years old. And everybody, let's understand, let's be clear. I'm closer to 50 than I am to 10. You know, so they've been around for a long time. And yes, we've grown. We've changed, we've matured, you know, people marry, people have kids. Like, there's so many different life changes that weren't there when you're 13. Of course, you could talk on the phone for 15 hours, right? You really have nothing else to do or to talk about other than homework. But now that you're older, just like in the movie Girls Trip, you know, it's been 5 years since they've seen each other and talked to each other. So it's like, let's have this girls trip. Let's unwind. Let's decompress together as sisters. We don't do this often. It's not something that you do often, but I feel comfortable in sharing with you. And, you know, there you have it. Girls Trip. And they've had the best. If you haven't seen it, I apologize because you need to go see it. But they have the best trip down to the Essence Music Fest, which is just the best backdrop for any movie. You know, and just so very, very, very important. But first, let me start with the definition as listed in the Urban Dictionary. They mention, Ryan mentions the Urban Dictionary, but when you go to the Urban Dictionary, I found it very interesting what they have listed as the girls trip, and they define it as, you know, it's a getaway, or you can call it an escape, and from all things around you. And so all things around you include, you know, of course, the things that you term, you know, the monotony in your life. So there is the, you know, your job, kids, family, your husband, your wife, whomever. You know, those things can become monotonous, but on the girls trip with sisters you haven't seen, you get to talk and, you know, do things that you haven't wanted to do. So, or you haven't had the time to do. But with your girls, they support you in doing those things that you wanted to do when you were 19 and now you're older. And so it's going to look a little different, but it's going to feel great and wonderful. I've been on several girls trips myself. And that goes into you know, later discussions about how your girls trip and your squad takes on a different shape. So you have squads who, if you're a mom, everybody in the squad, their mother. Or you have everybody in your squad who they were there when you were younger. Or you have everybody in your squad who's there because they're in your sorority. There's so many different ways and shapes that, your squad can take for the girls trip. But anyway, so that is the girls trip according to the Urban Dictionary. Please know you definitely need to get out and see this movie. I think it was a really well written, a very real, I'm not in it, so it's not my reality per se, but a very real movie about, the girls trip. So just to give you some tidbits of information, the movie is directed by Malcolm D. Lee, and it was released July 21st of 2017. It has broken like all box office numbers because there wasn't much hope or hype in terms of the money that it would be raking in. But it did that and more, right? It did that and more. It actually killed the box office in terms of what the expectation was. But it was like a really good comedy movie. The ensemble was amazing. Jada Pickett-Smith, like we all know, she plays Lisa, who is the mother, right? Who is the mother. And then there is Tiffany Haddish, who is Dina. And she's the breakout in this movie for me when it comes to comedy. That's that whole snippet about, girl, it's a booty hole. Like, that is what she brings to it. And so that's Tiffany Haddish. She plays Dina. She's the wild one. And then, of course, there's Ryan. And Ryan is played by Regina Hall. And she's the boss. She has to control everything around her. And it shows you, how, women want to be in control of everything. But sometimes things move in a way that you don't expect them to move. And so you have to be flexible enough to move with them. But that is, that right there, that is Ryan, and she is the boss. And then there's, of course, Queen Latifah, who made the best journey from a hip-hop artist to acting, as many people, LL Cool J, like I can go on down the list. But then there is Queen Latifah, and she is Sasha, and they list her as the gossip, and we'll talk about that. I don't necessarily feel like she was a gossip. She was part of the gossip industry because that makes a lot of money. People love gossip and to tear people down, but I don't feel like her personality in the movie was that of a gossip. But that is Girls Trip. And so before we get any further into the conversation, we're going to go with one of my songs. All of the songs that I play during this particular cast of Girls Trip Squad Goals goes to the celebration of sisterhood, celebrating your squad. And so this first one is 702. Everybody remember 702? 702, where my girls at? Yes! So here's 702, where my girls at?